Over a span of probably months, I've received a number of questions because I uploaded a Google form for questions and feedback, and I was not answering it. If you send me anything and you are listening to it right now, I'm sorry, I will now respond to everything. So let's answer the questions. Let's respond to our mail. Okay, so reasons for, this is the third out of 14 responses I got, but I'm not gonna respond to every single one for reasons. Anyway, reasons for filling out curiosity. What questions do you have for me? Girls find me very likable and feel safe around me. I'm told all the time I'm a catch and all of my good qualities, but I seem completely invisible to women from a sexual standpoint. I'm not comfortable flirting or being sexually aggressive in any way because I always assume people are either in a relationship or don't find me attractive. And I grew up with zero self-esteem. I genuinely don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, I assume, and creep them out. I have close female friends and try to dress nicely, and I even have a skincare routine. I have a pretty mediocre job and I don't drive. I'm behind most people my age because I spent the majority of my life suicidal and anxious and only turned the corner in the last couple years. My real question is, how the fuck do I make myself desirable? It has eaten away at my self-confidence and already low self-esteem. I seem to just be lacking something that women want. I'm not bitter about the fact that, and wouldn't describe myself as an incel, because I think women should be happy and sexually liberated. I just feel bad about not being wanted. What do I even do at this point? I'm sorry for being serious and not funny, but I liked your videos and you seem rational and level-headed. So this has been Okay, let's start responding to questions. Form 1. Reasons for filling out curiosity. What questions do you have for me? Girls find me very likable and feel safe around me. I'm told all the time how I'm a catch and all of my good qualities, but I seem completely invisible to women from a sexual standpoint. I'm not comfortable flirting or being sexually aggressive in any way, because I always assume people are either in a relationship or don't find me attractive. And I grew up with zero self-esteem. I genuinely don't want to make anyone, I assume, uncomfortable and creep them out. I have close female friends and try to dress nicely, and I even have a skincare routine. I have a pretty mediocre job and I don't drive. I'm behind most people my age because I spent the majority of my life suicidal and anxious, and only turned a corner in the last couple years. My real question is, how the fuck do I make myself desirable? It has eaten away at my self-confidence and already low self-esteem. I seem to be just lacking something that women want. I'm not bitter about that fact and wouldn't describe myself as an incel because I think women should be happy and sexually liberated. I just really feel bad about not being wanted. what do I even do at this point? I'm sorry for being serious and not funny, but I liked your videos and you seem rational and level-headed. So this is from a failed adult who met me through angry comments. Rated spiders, Jorg, 3 out of 3. Please go choose another soldier. You sound cute as fuck, and I hope your life is okay in that Russian hellhole. Okay, so this is one of the first questions I received, and it's been a long time, and I don't know if this person is still following me, but I kind of hope I can still help people who think like this. By the way, if you are watching, thank you very much for the compliments. I really appreciate it. Now, what I can tell about what's happening. So I have been surrounding myself with incels a lot more within the last year, and I think the answer I would give now would be more beneficial than what I would give before that. So the basic response is therapy. You all know that. Ideally it's therapy, but not everyone can afford that. I understand. I really relate to, spending most of your life suicidal and losing on growing up with this. For me personally, it actually affected my cognitive abilities, and my memory was such a whack before I got onto the antidepressants that helped me. So ideally therapy and psychiatrist, because this is not a problem in your romantic life. I want to say one important thing. So you have female friends. Of course, you would supposed to ask them, but if you don't have an answer, since it's an obvious action, I assume they couldn't give you that answer. So, you said you don't flirt, you don't expect people to be attracted to you. This is a problem. You should not approach it through the lens of no way, there's no chance. Instead, you should be neutral about it and watch out if there are signs. If there is the smallest possibility of signs, you don't need to chase it. Just make sure you don't shut it down. What I mean is that with incels, what I've seen a lot recently is that they actually can't tell if someone is flirting, simply because even if they see it, they don't recognize it. And even if we're talking about just men, they are notoriously bad at recognizing flirting. The problem with it is that when you don't recognize flirting and you are so, when you can't believe that someone can be interested in you romantically at all, you start actually rejecting people without noticing it. If you have a person, what flirt is needed to is not just establish connection, but to check if this connection is there. So, if someone is flirting with you and you do not recognize it and unwittingly reject it, they will leave you alone because they try to see if the interest is mutual, and you let them know that it is not. So, approaching it from the point of not having a chance in the first place makes you sabotage yourself. Just try to be neutral. And sometimes you will fail, sometimes you will miss flirting, sometimes you will take something neutral as flirting, and that is okay. This happens. Miscommunication is very common. Just learn how to deal with miscommunication in a healthy way, and you're good to go. Also, with your friends, when you are meeting someone for 2 weeks, a month, it's better if you let them know that something can happen here, that there is a possibility of something romantic. It doesn't have to actually happen, but you need to just get your leg in the door so that the person doesn't learn to view you as a totally platonic friend. I hope this makes sense. I'm really sorry about how you feel. I have to say, romance is not at the core of your problem. You recognize it. You have low self-confidence, low self-esteem, depression. These are just symptoms of it all. This is the consequences of this terrible state, and I hope you find it in yourself to invest in getting better. Next one, reasons for feeling out, request for attention. What questions do you have for me? Can I have attention from pretty girl, please? Did I do it well? Did you believe me? You can call me whatever you want. Found through prophecy. You are funny and smart, and I appreciate that you exist. Okay, here is your attention. Thank you very much. This is very cute. Next one, curiosity. If you were born during Soviet times, what would your favorite flavor of Soviet soda be? Terhune or Baikal? I feel like this is from Rami, and I think I've responded to him personally, but I do not drink soda. It's angry water, it hurts my mouth. So, why do you want to be asked questions when you don't have a big following? Not trying to be rude, just curious. The reason I did this was actually because I was in hostile environments, leaving comments that people would not take positively all the time. And I thought that it would be nice to just give people an outlet for negative feelings towards me. It wasn't really a questionnaire to be a questionnaire. I also, why I made it in the first place, I saw on Nice Girls a Google form, one of the people in the screenshot sent, and I decided to do the same thing but a little bit funnier. I think I did well. So yeah, this, and also very often I receive the same questions from incels just in my private messages. I thought I would just respond to them all in one place, but this isn't happening so far. Reasons for feeling out. You deserve some kindness, for fuck's sake. People are so mean. Thank you. You have a beautiful voice and your English is so good. People on Reddit are just mean to you because you're Russian. I'm American. Trust me, Americans are always mean to Russians for no reason. You should make a serious ASMR channel. It can be totally imaginative, or something as simple as reading Bible or whatever books you like. If your tooth hurts, try medical college for treatment. They are cheaper. Don't DM that creep on Reddit any personal info, he will probably scam you. Put antibiotics ointment around your broken tooth at night. Don't risk any infection that can really hurt you. Rinse with some water. So then I put most of it in question box. Westerners will always treat Russians cruelly for no reason. Do not listen to trolls on social media saying hateful things about Russian. The truth is, Westerners are poorly educated morons who know nothing about how beautiful and magnificent Russia is. And the few who do know are jealous. America pretends that Russia has nothing, but we would not keep attacking if we believed Russia has nothing. The truth is, we know Russia has everything and we like to steal. Okay, I appreciate that the sentiment is positive, however, it is wrong. Russia does not have everything. Actually, we don't even really have access to internet anymore. I am doing everything using VPN now, and they are blocking VPN, so I have actually four VPNs on my 2 devices. Yeah, and I actually think Westerners are not mean enough to Russians. A lot of them approach it from the side of like, we understand that people are not the same as the government. That's true, but there are so many Russians who actually support it, like maybe a half of the population, and we should not just absorb people of guilt. This is happening because people allowed it to happen. So I do not like Russia way more than people I've interacted with on Reddit so far. Sorry to disappoint. Love your content, but I think you have developed a hyper complex around incels. The incel community is unfortunately a bottomless hole that you can dump endless amounts of attention and effort into and won't get anything out of ever. So I don't know, while I really enjoy your engaging with us, I really don't want to see you spend all your energy on something that you can't really fix. I'm a moth to love tsundere energy. Thank you. This is cute. So this is a great feedback. I think this was happening before I actually committed to it back then, but it was just, habitual interest of mine rather than, my actual goal to lead it somewhere, to make it serious for me. If you're listening, you are one of the reasons I do it. You prove that there are people it's worth putting effort into. And I actually have seen it numerous times. Despite how many incels were openly hostile and vicious towards me, every time I see the smallest improvement, it makes me really happy. So I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it because it makes me feel better. And you can say that it doesn't help because you see a mass. I see individual people. I interact with individuals, and thanks to that, I can see that it actually does help. I've helped people. This might sound arrogant, but this was their feedback, and I've seen them, get at least a little bit happier. And this is why I do this. This makes me happy. I'm an ugly guy. Why should I even try? I've been rejected all my life. Even you would find me repulsive. Marco. And he left. Oh, he came from YouTube. That's cool. Then you probably will see this video. Marco also said, you have a soothing and cute voice. Thanks. But I don't think you understand how helpless and ugly men like me are. First of all, I've seen probably 4 incels so far. It probably isn't much. No, more than 4. Anyway, I've seen at least 5 incels so far. 2 of them genuinely thought they were repulsive. They weren't. They just look like normal guys. Actually, one of them, I've mentioned it to people before, was just a little chubby. But he had a very pretty face. And he genuinely thought he looks repulsive and disgusting. So I cannot believe your assessment of yourself. This is one thing. The other thing would be that why should you try dating? There's no should, do whatever you want. I actually do not care about incels dating so much. I care about the mindset that makes people miserable. So maybe dating will come along, but what you actually should try is coming to the place when you are comfortable and at peace with yourself. Though I doubt I will find you repulsive, but if you are actually ugly, so what? Again, I've told you it's not about dating for me. It's about being able to be happy and comfortable. So you should try to find ways to be happy. If your current mindset doesn't work with it, please change it. You can do it. If your current life goals don't match with what you'd want to get with, your well-being, find different goals. Okay. You seem like a very cool, interesting, and well thought out person. Thank you. I want to look this way, so it seems I'm doing things right. So they found me from Debate Incels, and there's their nickname, so I will have to skip it. My currently favorite songs are Unrelatable and Pop Song by Zay Dante, Tantrum and Manners by Ash Nico, Heartstop by Phantom City, Run by Han from Stray Kids, High Horse and Run for the Roses from NMIX, and also Arsho, Hashmani. Oh, and Divine by Stray Kids. The next question is from Tao Chad. Do guys really send you money? At the moment when this question arrived, no, they did not. Now I actually do some things, and also like you could say provide services. Well, this is technically accurate for money, and yes, people donate to me because they appreciate what I do. Now, why did you make this? Why did I make this questionnaire? I genuinely expected there would be hate mail. I did not get a single hate message throughout, I think, a year, which is surprising and very nice. The next one. Why are you so preoccupied with incels? Also your accent. Swedish? Finnish? Interesting guess. No, I think I'm quite openly Russian. I would think due to my vowels and consonants, it's noticeable. Okay. Hi Hi. Okay, the last one from Lёша in Russian. Explain your smallness. No explanation needed. I am average sized. Remember this. Okay, this is all. I think no one mourned at the quality of the questions, but that's it. On that note, we conclude our questionnaire. Thank you for coming here and listen to me